Melissa Berkey, and I chose to do my persuasive speech on abortion. I chose this subject because it affects almost everyone, and when people are asked the question, do you think it's moral or immoral, people normally have a yes or no stance on it. They're either for it or against it. There aren't too many people that lay in the middle. According to a poll taken in 2009, 51% of the population was reported to be pro-life, meaning they're against abortions, and 42% of the population was said to be pro-choice, like myself. Reasons for being pro-choice and thinking that abortions are moral would be to strengthen parental and women's rights, to show that a fetus is not yet a living human being. It promotes a better life, and it also lessens abuse and neglect for children. Abortions are needed in order to continue to strengthen parental and women's rights. If abortions were taken away, women aren't going to stop getting abortions at all. In fact, it's only going to be even more hazardous because women are going to go and try to seek out alternative options to have an abortion, and if it's not legal, they're going to find an illegal way to go about it. According to 10 arguments, 78,000 women already die from having unsafe abortions, which that's a huge number. Also, fetuses' rights should not be respected more or more important than a woman's. If someone who's about to have a baby decides that they're not capable of taking care of it for reasons like not having enough money, not having a stable environment, or just not having a father figure and they don't want to raise it as a single mother, those reasons are valid and should be respected enough to allow women to have an abortion if they think it's right and necessary. It's also very important to recognize that abortions need to be limited, not taken away. We do have the right to have an abortion, but it seems to be occurring way too often, and although we need to still have that right, we need to be able to limit how often it's performed. According to teen pregnancy, over 200,000 teenagers have abortions per year. This shows that we need to focus on younger teens when using programs such as Planned Parenthood, or just having talks at your high school about using protection or practicing abstinence. Places like Planned Parenthood do offer birth controls or other contraceptions and abortions, and they're more geared towards people who don't have enough money to go to a normal doctor to get it prescribed for them. And according to them, better access means fewer unintended pregnancies, which in the end results in less abortions. If people want to have the baby, they're not going to get an abortion. And if the pregnancy is unintended, they're going to want to have an abortion. Providing this right also is going to promote a higher quality of life. The more children that are born because their parents couldn't have an abortion, the more homeless children that are out there, and no child, if given the choice, is going to choose to be in a homeless shelter. Therefore, the parents probably should have went and had an abortion. Also, people that are going to be homeless are going to live in poor conditions, which is going to result in them being more likely to grow up and be criminals. According to Freakonomics, Roe versus Wade, which was the first court case allowing abortions, saying that they're legal, Freakonomics said that it triggered one of the greatest crime drops in history. Because a lot of the people that were now granted the right to have an abortion were those who were poor, lived in bad areas, were single mothers, and without them having kids, that's going to be less crime, because had they had their children, they would have been raised around criminals, drugs, not have a lot of money, and that's going to just increase their chances of becoming a criminal because they're growing up and all they know is crime. Things we can do to help continue to promote abortions and that they are moral are just to try to show a greater acceptance and to prove pro-life beliefs wrong, such as a fetus being alive, which is why a lot of pro-life people don't think abortions are okay, because they think that's killing a baby and it's murder. But in reality, a fetus could not survive by itself, therefore having an abortion within a certain amount of time should be moral, because we do have laws set that limit how long a woman has to make up her mind to have an abortion. Abortions affect everyone, and again, for the following 4 reasons, those are just reasons for me personally why I think it's moral, but it affects everyone, so it's an issue that's very important, and a lot of people need to be persuaded. So now, hopefully next time when someone asks you if you're for or against abortion, my speech has helped you become a pro-choice person, and I just want to thank the audience for being open-minded and taking the time out to listen to me about this topic, because it is very important. And that concludes my persuasive speech. Here's my audience members.